Welcome to the Stairway to Heaven. We're coming to you bringing insights into the ever-changing high-frequency currents now bathing the planet and their effect on us all. The source of vital information for the evolving human being. I'm Gwilda Wiyaka. Reclaiming power from discarded dreams. We all recognize how important it is to use our resources wisely. Whether monetary, material, or time, managing them is the key to a prosperous life. But few understand the underpinnings of manifestation and how much of our power to create may be tied up in old discarded projects, desires, and dreams. We might think manifestation begins in the physical world when we decide what we wish to create and gather the materials, resources, and people together to accomplish a chosen project. However, that stage is far down the line from where manifestation initiates. So, where does manifestation begin? In our imagination. If you can't imagine a thing, you can't create it. On the other hand, it's so much more complicated than just dreaming something up. Our imagination is greatly underestimated and misunderstood. We think a creative person mentally decides what they want and takes it to the physical execution point from there. In fact, the imagination is our link between the physical world and the quantum level of life, where all manifestation begins. When we're idly dreaming about creating something, we're actually using our personal frequency to build a matrix at the quantum level of life, around which the constituent parts are drawn before becoming physical. Once the matrix is built, it interfaces with life, drawing to it the things needed to make our dreams manifest in physical reality. We've all seen very successful people that seem to live charmed lives. They appear to easily attract abundance and good fortune. This is not by happenstance. Though they may not realize what they're doing, a successful person dreams what they want, sets their intent to make it happen, watches for synchronicities that point to the provisions appearing to help build the creation, and takes advantage of them. You can easily recognize these naturally gifted individuals. They're the ones for whom things just seem to work out, the ones who are able to build an empire out of a dream. They don't have to consciously understand the inner workings of manifestation for it to function for them, any more than they need to know what makes their heart beat. But they do have an innate sense of when to do what, combined with a belief that they can and will make it happen. Most of us are not so lucky. We have many restrictions and beliefs that prevent us from manifesting for ourselves. We can counteract many of the restrictions put upon our ability to create by understanding how manifestation works and consciously cooperating with it. Manifestation is a complex system, and I deal with varying aspects of it in other episodes. The portion of manifestation we'll be dealing with today is discovering what ties up our energy to manifest and how to free it. Most of us have experienced situations that cause us to doubt our own ability to manifest for ourselves. This leaves us without the necessary belief and confidence to effectively work the manifestation machinery. On a personal level, accessing and clearing negative beliefs can greatly enhance our ability to manifest. One major contributor to this dilemma that we are subject to en masse is a consumer-based society. Advertising teaches us we cannot make things happen without buying it from the system, that we're totally dependent on outside forces to provide for us. It programs us to wish and dream for material things with the promise that if we can just procure them, they'll make us happy. We then wish and dream for these things, never really believing we can acquire them. The act of wishing and dreaming uses our creative energy to start building a matrix at the quantum level. Then, not believing it'll happen, we discard the dream before it's manifest. This results in leaving part of our creative energy behind in partially formed matrices that we never revisit, much less dismantle and repurpose. Many myths, legends, and fairy tales are actually metaphorical representations of what happens at the quantum level and its impact on our lives. One of these allegories is to be found in Irish Celtic mythology, the evil Fomorians. The Fomorians were believed to be the gods of chaos and wild nature. They purportedly inhabited Ireland in ancient times. Fomorians were thought to be demonic prehistoric giants who raided and pillaged Ireland. When we address this myth from an energetic perspective, these so-called demons are actually created from our half-formed dreams, wishes, and intents. Unmanifested, unprocessed wishes and dreams tie up our creative power and compromise our frequency. This leaves us vulnerable to lack, plague, and misfortune as individuals and as a community. Timing is an important element in manifestation. As the Celts also knew, every season supports different activities. Most of us know to plant in the summer, tend in the spring, harvest in the fall, and let the soil rest in the winter. What we tend to miss is the fact that these activities extend to everything in our lives. While we can initiate a project any time of year, it's the energy of spring we draw upon to do it. When creating something, it's important to honor all stages of the process. We don't try to harvest corn when the first shoots show up in the spring. Instead, we tend it all summer and harvest in the fall. The same is true no matter what we're manifesting. It's futile to try to harvest before a crop is grown. There is an order to manifestation exhibited by the growing cycle that applies to all things. In the fall, we harvest, but we also sort and discern. We don't just pile the new harvest on top of the old potatoes in the root cellar. First, we remove last year's old, unused, probably decaying vegetables to compost and till back into the soil, where we leave it over winter. This not only prevents the old potatoes from spoiling the new ones, but enriches the soil for the next planting cycle. As above, so below. The same applies to the unused matrices we've left forgotten at the quantum level. The energy and principles of fall and harvest can be utilized to clear out and discard these old discarded matrices and free up our energy for the next planting. The Celtic season of Samhain marks the end of the growing season, a festival of harvest from October 31st through November 1st, while the Samhain season is November 1st through January 31st. Traditionally, a time of inward turning and contemplation, Samhain is associated with the coming of death and remembrance of the ancestors. It's considered the time when the veils between realities, the land of the living and the land of spirit, are the thinnest. Samhain was the predecessor of our current celebration of Halloween or All Hallows' Eve, characterized by ghouls, goblins, and things that go bump in the night. Due to the thinning of veils and the natural sorting and discerning activities of the harvest, it's the best time of year to engage in the battle of the evil Fomorians. This fabled battle is the activity of breaking down what's no longer viable. It involves turning inward to discern what to harvest and what to compost in our lives. Once we've decided what old matrices no longer serve, we break them down to their constituent parts, aka composting them, freeing our energy to manifest anew. Though it can be done at any time of year, Samhain is an excellent time to review things we've wished for or tried to create in the past year and reevaluate if they still deserve our zeal. If not, we can simply intend to reclaim our personal energy that's still tied up in the project before letting it go. By performing this task during the harvest season, we're also supported by the Earth's cycles. If we create a personal ritual and establish a tradition to faithfully perform every fall, we're tending to our energy every year, supported by the nature and the way life works. This cyclic conscious management of personal power is a key to an abundant, healthy life. As an example of a Samhain ceremony, throughout October, spend time each day thinking about all the things you've intended to manifest during the last year. Start a journal and document them. Before Halloween, put these things into 3 categories. 1. Things accomplished or manifested. 2. Things still viable but in the works. 3. Things that have been overcome by events or you choose to no longer pursue. On Halloween, either alone or, better yet, with family or a group of friends, sit down and share with yourself or each other what you found during your introspection. Verbally give gratitude for the things you've accomplished or manifested. List the things that you've chosen to continue working on and verbally set your intent to do so. Speak of the old dreams or projects you're letting go. State why you're letting them go, then verbally release them and reclaim your energy from them. I lovingly and willingly let go of, state the project or dream that no longer serves. I release my power from it to be transmuted and repurposed. Sounds simple, yes? It can also be fun and rewarding. You can make a tradition of sharing the ceremony with friends and loved ones and include a celebratory feast to mark the occasion. It's amazing how effective it is to consciously free your energy through intent and gratitude. It will have a profound impact on your ability to manifest and thrive. You can also do moment-by-moment maintenance by paying attention to your thoughts, wishes, and dreams. Carefully watch when you wish for something and then yab yourself out of the idea. I want a new car. Yeah, but I'll never be able to afford it. By wishing for it, you've already unwittingly set into motion at the quantum level. By yabbing yourself out of the idea, you're coming from a victim stance and leaving your power behind in the matrix you unwittingly created. It's important to dream our dreams to an end before engaging them through wish or intent. For example, I may entertain the idea of a new car, but moving deeper into the dream, I may uncover the fact that my old one still has a lot of life, and I can afford more trips if I use my money for vacation rather than take on large payments for a new car. I may then decide that the destinations are more important to me than the vehicle and focus my dreams and intentions on where I will be going on next holiday. I will then consciously decide to manifest the new car at this time, consciously decide not to manifest the new car at this time, and in so doing will automatically dismantle the half-formed matrix by repurposing my energy to create future vacations. By dreaming our dreams to the end, we can then decide from an empowered place what we wish to create rather than enter the victim state of, yeah, but poor me, I can't afford it. If we hold to the belief we always have enough, that we only need to manage our resources, it will go a long way to keep us in creativity and out of victim. Moving forward, an individual, family, or community can greatly benefit from deeply examining what's being considered for creation to discern if it's worth the investment of personal power and energy. By closely scrutinizing our wants, we can begin to recognize when we're driven by consumer programming rather than true need or desire. Once a worthy goal has been established, keeping a journal of what we initiate is a powerful way to anchor our intent. We can also revisit our journal every so often to reevaluate and release what no longer deserves our energy. We do indeed have all we need if we remember constant, conscious management of power is paramount to an abundant life. Thank you for joining me, Gwilda Wiyaka, on the Stairway to Heaven, where we provide updates on the energetic currents facilitating our evolution into conscious, powerful co-creators. As I'm sure you've noticed, not only do the Stairway to Heaven episodes stand alone, but they weave together to form a map to evolution and personal empowerment as we enter the new era. To revisit this or any of our past episodes, visit our archives at www.stairwaytoheavenmedia.com. If you'd like to find out more about me, my school, and the evolutionary tools we offer, visit www.findyourpathhome.com. Until next time, may you be blessed on your sacred path to wholeness. We are here. The time is now.